Okay, we're going to start off with the Doodle notes for 8.3 on freshwater pollution. I apologize for my writing, but it's a little awkward to write on this small iPad that I'm writing on. So the first thing we need to talk about is what is pollution. And pollution is anything that causes harm. Okay, so when we're talking about causing harm to the water, there's actually 3 types of water that can experience pollution. There's rainwater, that says rain. There's surface water, and there's groundwater. And there's 3 ways that we can get affected by the pollution. We can eat contaminated foods. We can drink contaminated or polluted water. And we can swim or bathe in polluted water. So I'll draw a little mouth here. Little straw here. And a swimmer here. And if you want to, you can have a little shark following behind. Now there's 4 major sources of freshwater pollution. This is the top half that we just completed. We're going to do the bottom half. So I'm going to clean the page out so that I can put the bottom half in. So our 4 major sources, one is going to be industrial. That's how industry contributes to water pollution. Put some windows in there. And industrial contributes with chemicals that they might dump directly into the water or bury in barrels underground. Also, you might see acid rain from the smoke. And hot water. Because dumping hot water So those are 3 ways that industrial is a major source of pollution. And then we have agricultural or residential. So agriculture will add fertilizers and pesticides. So for agriculture, they're going to add fertilizers. That's some corn, a picture of some corn, and pesticides to kill insects and bugs, and this eventually can get into our water system. We're also talking about residential areas with grasses and things like that. And then we have runoff, which comes from roads. And a major cause of road runoff is gasoline that's spilled on the ground, oil that's leaked out of cars, and salt or brine that they put on roads in order to get rid of, in order to prevent freezing during the wintertime. And then the last one we have is human waste. And that's things like septic tanks that might be leaking. That's a T. Making sure that you're aware of where you put your feed lots, which is where we feed pigs and cows. And if there's any flooding, sometimes this goes out of sewer drains and into wastewater treatment facilities, and they ask you to boil your water. Okay, next we're going to turn the page over. And we're just going to compare with the Venn diagram point source and non-point source pollution. So we have non-point, and then we have point source. I didn't leave myself enough space in the middle here, but right here in the middle we want to write so we're going to put sources of pollution right in the middle. And then point source, the origin can be identified. And an example is industrial pipes. And non-point source, the origin cannot be identified. We do not know where the pollution comes from. An example of that is road runoff. Okay, so that's what you should have in your Venn diagram. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is cleanup and prevention. So cleanup, one of the things we're going to do for cleanup is we can use bacteria to clean up. We add it to the polluted water and the bacteria will eat away. We can use natural filters such as gravel and sand. And we can use a water treatment facility. For prevention, we can enact laws to prevent pollution, and we can hold agricultural and industrial areas to water quality standards, where we find them if they pollute more than the allowed. And that's all for those doodle notes.